The ocean doesn't knock before it changes your life. One moment, it feels endless and calm, stretching out like polished glass under the sun. The next moment, it reminds you that it is ancient, intelligent, and completely in control. This is the story of a moment when the sea could have taken everything, but instead, something extraordinary rose from the deep. A shadow. A giant. A silent guardian. This is the story of how a manta ray saved men from danger in the open ocean, far from shore, where help felt impossibly distant. It began like many travel stories do. A perfect day. Blue skies, warm air. The kind of day cruise passengers dream about while scrolling through brochures and booking destinations. The ship had anchored near crystal-clear waters, a place known for snorkeling, diving, and unforgettable marine life. For travelers chasing adventure, this was paradise. Calm waves. Visibility that stretched forever. The ocean looked welcoming, almost gentle, like it had nothing to hide. Several men entered the water together. Confident swimmers, experienced enough to feel comfortable far from the ship. The surface was peaceful, and below them, coral reefs shimmered with color. Fish moved like living confetti through the water. It felt safe, predictable, controlled. The kind of moment that makes you forget how small you are. But the ocean is never just one thing. Without warning, the current shifted. At first, it was subtle. A slight pull, the kind you ignore, assuming it will pass. But then it grew stronger. The water no longer moved around them, it moved through them. Each kick forward barely held position. Each breath came faster. Panic crept in quietly, the way it always does, not screaming, not shouting, just a growing awareness that something wasn't right. The men tried to swim back toward the boat, but the current had other plans. It pulled them sideways, away from safety, away from the familiar silhouette of the cruise ship floating calmly in the distance. The ocean suddenly felt enormous, empty, indifferent. This is the moment many travelers never expect, the moment when adventure becomes survival. Out in open water, sound disappears. There's no engine noise, no voices, just breath, water, and the steady beat of your own heart. Fatigue sets in quickly. The stronger you fight, the faster your energy drains. And that's when fear truly arrives. Not loud fear. Quiet fear. The kind that tells you how far you are from help. Then, beneath them, the light changed. A shadow moved across the reef. Wide, slow, graceful. At first, it looked like part of the ocean itself, a dark cloud drifting beneath the surface. But as it rose closer, its shape became clear. Broad wings, smooth movement, a presence that felt calm instead of threatening. A manta ray, massive and silent, it glided beneath the struggling swimmers, moving against the current with effortless control. Where the men fought the water, the manta seemed to understand it. It didn't rush. It didn't flee. It circled slowly, its wings carving gentle paths through the ocean, changing the flow around them. Something remarkable happened next. The current weakened. Not entirely, not instantly, but enough. Enough for the men to rest. Enough to float instead of fight. Enough to breathe. The manta ray continued to move nearby, its sheer size altering the water's movement, creating pockets of calmer flow. Whether by instinct or coincidence, the effect was undeniable. The ocean around them felt different and manageable. In moments like this, time stretches, seconds feel longer. Every detail becomes sharp, the sunlight filtering through the water. The slow, rhythmic motion of the manta's wings. The way fear slowly gives way to focus. The men followed the calmer water, adjusting their movements, conserving energy, working with the ocean instead of against it. Eventually, the current released its grip, slowly, painfully. But finally, with renewed strength and careful pacing, they made their way back towards safety, guided not by panic, but by patience. When they reached the ladder of the boat, hands shaking, lungs burning, they looked back once more. The manta ray was gone. No splash, no farewell, just open water again. The giant manta ray is the largest ray species on Earth, reaching an impressive wingspan of up to 26 feet. Giant manta rays grow slowly and migrate across vast ocean regions. Stories like this spread quickly among travelers, not because they sound unbelievable, but because they reveal something deeper about the ocean. Manta rays are among the largest rays in the world, yet they feed on some of the smallest life forms in the sea. They are gentle giants, intelligent, curious, known to approach divers without fear. Some scientists believe they recognize themselves in mirrors, a sign of advanced cognition rarely seen in animals. Mantis are not heroes in the way humans understand heroism. They don't rescue. They don't plan. They simply move in harmony with their environment. And sometimes, that harmony becomes a lifeline. For travelers and cruise passengers, this story carries an important lesson. The ocean is not an attraction. It is a living system. Currents change. Conditions shift. What feels calm on the surface can be powerful below. This is why experienced travelers always respect local advice. Why cruise crews monitor conditions constantly. Why floating instead of fighting can save lives. If you are ever caught in a strong current, remember this. Don't panic. Don't exhaust yourself. Float, if possible. Move parallel to the shore or vessel instead of straight against the pole. And most importantly, stay calm. The ocean responds better to patience than force. Travel isn't just about destinations. It's about humility. It teaches us that the world is bigger than our plans, that beauty and danger often exist in the same place, and that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected direction. That day, a manta ray didn't roar. It didn't attack. It didn't save anyone the way movies portray rescues. It simply existed, moving through the water as it always has, long before cruise ships, long before tourism, long before humans tried to master the sea. And that was enough. Moments like these are why the ocean continues to fascinate us, why cruising remains more than luxury. It remains adventure. Every journey carries stories we don't expect, stories that remind us we are guests in a world that doesn't belong to us. So the next time you stand on the deck of a cruise ship, looking out over endless blue, remember this story. Remember that beneath the surface, life moves with intelligence and grace. And sometimes, when things go wrong, the ocean doesn't take. Sometimes, it gives. If you love cinematic travel stories that explore the real side of cruising, ocean adventures, and unforgettable destinations, subscribe to Travel and Cruise. Because the most powerful journeys aren't just about where you go. They're about what you survive, what you learn, and the quiet miracles that happen when you least expect them. Thank you so much for watching this video.